Hi, this is Garrett with Gwydon Reviews, and it is time for a review of the new Childish Gambino album, Bando Stone and the New World. Actor, writer, director, producer, singer, songwriter, rapper Donald Glover is here with what is said to be the final Childish Gambino album. I really had no idea what to expect from this project. I'm not the biggest Childish Gambino fan in the world. I don't dislike him or anything, but I do prefer him as an actor rather than a musician. But I do know that he is an insanely creative and talented man. What I was not expecting was this to be, technically, a movie soundtrack. Yes, Donald is making a Bando Stone in the New World movie. It's still in production, so obviously there is no release date yet, but he still gave us the album that's supposedly soundtracking the movie as his final Childish Gambino album. And since this is a movie soundtrack, this album is all over the place. Donald is trying out pretty much every genre he's ever tackled while also mixing in some new ones. Hip-hop, pop, R&B, dance, rock, Afrobeat, industrial, orchestral, it's all here in some fashion. As a result, this project lacks any bit of cohesion as an album. It might be a different case for the movie, but just listening to the project, this thing is all over the place sonically. As far as quality, however, it's very high. Yeah, this is one of those instances where I don't really mind the lack of cohesion because the majority of these tracks are fantastic. You get some excellent bangers like the gender-bent Talk My Shit and the cold-blooded Yoshinoya. And you get some beautiful ballads like the Intimate Step Speech and the Grand No Excuses. You also get some moments where Donald experiments, and a lot of these experiments work very well. Got to Be starts out with this beautiful, soulful R&B inspired intro before it turns into this chaotic, noisy track that sounds straight out of a Death Grips album. Cruisin takes this typical trap beat and, by adding these gorgeous swells of strings and a fantastic heat verse, elevates it into a grand and beautiful piece. A Place Where Love Goes ends the album with this distorted bop of a track that features a brilliant sample from Donald's Child. Then you have the lead single Lithonia, which is a contender for Song of the Year. If you've listened to it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Incredible song. There are a few songs that don't work for me though. The opening track is another noisy track, but the lack of a real structure makes it a bit of a weird note to start the album on. Happy Survival is just a Krungbin song. It's the song with the smallest presence from Donald, and it feels unnecessary. And Can You Feel Me is a neat idea for a song, and I like the alphabet interpolation, but the vocal melody and the incessant falsettos get grating really quickly. But all in all, I was thoroughly impressed with this final Childish Gambino album. Donald really threw everything at the wall, and somehow most of everything he attempts sticks. Even with its imperfections, I still find myself coming back to this album over and over again, and I think we've got something special. Definitely check it out, especially if you're a Childish Gambino fan, or if you just want some off-the-wall, no-holds-bar experimentation. 8 out of 10.